Hi everyone, welcome back. I'm Di, and today I am sharing with you round 19 of my TBR game rotating decks, where I have Uno cards help me pick my prompts to create part of my monthly TBR. So as you can see, I am in a different location. I am actually on vacation on the island of Oahu in Hawaii. I am in my hotel room at the Aulani Resort, and so I thought it might be nice to give you a change of scenery. My plan is to try to take you around the hotel while I do this TBR, just to make it a little bit more interesting. Most of my videos are usually just filmed in one area, so I thought since I have the opportunity to do this, I might as well. But that being said, because I am on vacation, this video is probably going to be up on my channel a little later than normal, but I hope you understand and enjoy. So before we get started into September's round, I do want to let you know how I've done on my prompts for August. So I had to read Kushiel's Dart, which I apologize, I did not bring the cards for last month's round to show you. I normally do show you the cards, but I don't have them here with me. So I was supposed to read Kushiel's Dart. I am 600 something pages into the book right now. I am past my 100 page mark, so that means that it is considered a pass, even though I did not complete the book. So that one is a check. The next thing I was supposed to read were two things from the same series, and I believe it was same series and not by the same author. Same series. I was going to read volumes 3 and 4 of Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba, and I did read those, so that is a check. And then the last thing I was supposed to read was a Bleach Omnibus, and I did read Bleach Omnibus number 11, so that is a check. So I have completed all of my prompts for the month of August, which is awesome. So I don't have any mandatory punishment prompts to read in September, which is lovely because I didn't want to have to read a punishment prompt in the month of my birthday, which also happens to be the month of my booktube anniversary. So September is going to be a good month, I think. So my plans for September, besides the prompts that I'm going to be pulling for this game, are to also participate in the Bookoplathon, which is hosted by Becca and the Books. I'll leave the announcement video linked in the description box below. I always try to participate in this readathon, and I've just not ever been successful in doing so. So I do want to participate in September, so I will be showing you my rolls for that because I am pre-rolling for Bookoplathon. So I'll show you those rolls after we do the gameplay and my prompts for this TBR game. And then my friend Lee over at Dark Roots Creations is also hosting a readathon. It is the Footloose readathon. So I do want to participate in that and support her as well. I haven't actually picked anything for that readathon yet. And I don't have the board with me, but I know one of the prompts is to watch Footloose, and I'll definitely be doing that. So I'm going to try to fit in a couple other things that I will be reading in the month towards that readathon as well. So I'll leave Lee's announcement video for the Footloose readathon down in the description box below as well. Definitely go check it out if it sounds like it's something that would be interesting to you. So now that all of that is out of the way, I am going to flip you over to the gameplay for September, and then I will be back with you to share with you what books I have picked for those prompts. So here is September's round of rotating decks set up. We are still using the Jurassic World deck. So actually, this is the Jurassic World Dominion deck because I do have the Jurassic World deck. So we are using the Jurassic World Dominion deck again. All of the colors remain the same, so we won't be alternating any of the other colors. And so as per usual, I have already shuffled the deck, but I'm going to have my daughter cut the deck so that you know that I don't know what is on the top of this deck. Okay, I'm just going to move this a little bit. Let's hope she was very nice to me this time, because I don't want the disaster of a game like we had in August. So we will be pulling 3 cards as per usual. The first card is, it's a yellow 4. This is a color that we don't often see in this game, so let's do this. And the prompt is a light novel. That's awesome, because I've been wanting to read some of the light novels that I have. So that is great. The next card is, that is a green 8. And the prompt is something paranormal, which is also great because that is pre-reading for October, I guess. And our last prompt is, that is a green 9. Greens and yellows this month. And the prompt is something bought in 2019. So that just means that I need to go to my Goodreads shelf that's bought in 2019 and pick something off of that shelf to read. So that wasn't too bad. I am pretty happy with this set of prompts. So let me go and pull something for each of these prompts, and I will be back later to share with you what I have chosen. Okay, so I have found Stitch. He's wearing some lace some people have put on his head. And my first card was light novel. So for this prompt, I am going to be reading My Happy Marriage, Volume 1. I'm not sure who the authors are on this because I don't have the books with me. But this is a romantic story, I believe. The main female character lives kind of a Cinderella life. She has an abusive stepmom, and she gets put into an arranged marriage with a cold, heartless soldier. And this guy is like so cold and heartless that his fiancés have fled 3 days into their engagement. And so with nowhere else to go, our main character decides to slowly open her heart to him. And so I believe this story follows their marriage. So I'm really looking forward to it. I'm also really glad that I got this prompt because I've been really wanting to read some light novels lately. So let me go find somewhere else to film the next prompt, and I'll be right back. Okay, so we are here at one of the beaches that is on the property. I think this is a beautiful view. But the next prompt was paranormal. So for this prompt, I decided to choose another light novel. I will be reading Volume 1 of Strike the Blood. Again, I do not know who the authors are, but this one involves a regular high school boy who becomes the most powerful vampire. And that is pretty much all I know. So I've been really looking forward to reading this one. It is a super long series. I believe there are like 20 something volumes out right now, and it's still publishing in English. So yeah, I want to get into this one and see if it's one that I want to continue. And so that is what I will be reading for this prompt. So I will be back with you in a bit to share with you another part of the hotel. Okay, so my last prompt was bought in 2019. I have one of the water play type things in the back. So yeah, this is one of the things that they have on property. So yeah, bought in 2019. So for this one, I will be reading volume 34, I believe, of Haikyuu. This is by Haruichi Furudate. He does this volleyball manga that's pretty popular. A high school volleyball team who has fallen to the lower ranks. They used to be one of the best, and now they're at the bottom. They're working their way back up. I believe in volume 34 we are starting the dumpster battle. So that is the battle between Karasuno and Nekoma. So it should be a really good time. I'm really looking forward to it. So that is what I will be reading for this prompt. So now that I have told you what I will be reading for my prompts, let me tell you what I will be reading for the Monochrome Manga Club. The Monochrome Manga Club is in real life manga club that I host at a local Barnes & Noble. For this one, we normally read 2 first in a series books and 2 series reads. So the 2 first in a series books are going to be volume 1 of Animal Crossing. Again, I'm not sure who the mangakas are. We will also be reading volume 1 of Solo Leveling. I know this one is illustrated by Dubu, and I believe the story is done by Shugong, I think. I have already read this one, so it's going to be a reread for me, but I'm looking forward to reading and talking about it with my manga club members. If you're interested in hearing my thoughts on it, as well as the very first volume of the light novel, I do already have a series first impressions video, so you can check that out in the description box down below. And then we will be continuing our series reads of Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba. I believe this one is done by Koyoharu Gotoge. We will be reading volumes 5 and 6, and then we will also be continuing our series read of Sailor Moon, Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon, the Eternal Edition, volume 6. This one is done by Naoko Takeuchi. So that is everything that I will be reading for the Monochrome Manga Club. Now, let me find somewhere else and I'll discuss with you what I will be doing for Bookopoly. Okay, so I am here at another part of the hotel. I believe they're going to have a character meet and greet because there is a line forming over there. But I thought this view was pretty beautiful, so we'll start off the Bookoplathon rolls. I will flip to the roll, and then I will be back in a little bit to tell you what I will be reading for that prompt. Okay, so my daughter had done all of my rolls for me. I should have mentioned that before. I let her roll, and so that's her hands that you see in those clips. But the first roll she got for me was 4, and that gave me TBR Vet. And for this one, I am going to be reading book 2 of the Heroes of Olympus series by Rick Riordan. That is the Son of Neptune. My family and I have been doing a read-along of this series and the Percy Jackson series this year. I am unfortunately holding them back because my reading has just not been what I had hoped it was going to be this year. So I do want to continue with this series, and so I will be reading that one for the TBR Vet prompt. Okay, so I think I am at a photo spot here on the property. And so anyway, the next roll my daughter got was a 9, and that took me to a book published or set in between 2000 and 2019. For this one, I'm going to go ahead and use one of the ones that I had picked for my rotating decks game, and I'm going to read volume 34 of Haikyuu by Haruichi Furudate. I may read a little bit more. I've been really itching to get back to that series, especially with the announcement of the final movies plural coming out. So yeah, I will be reading some Haikyuu for this prompt. I had forgotten to mention a little earlier that I had done 4 rolls for the Bookoplathon, so I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get through all of that before the end of the month, but I'm sure going to try. So let me go find somewhere else to film, and I will be right back with the next roll. Oh man, is it hot today. Okay, so while we were walking around, we did see some character meet and greets. So where I was before, they were lining up to see Angel from Lilo and Stitch, and then we also saw Moana, and then we saw Max, Goofy's nephew. So that was fun. We didn't actually do the meet and greet, but we just walked by. Anyway, the third roll was favorite trope, and I think for this one I'm going to do commoner finds out their royalty. That's a trope, right? So I'm going to read the second book in the Tokyo Ever After series by Emiko Jean. I believe it's called Tokyo Dreaming. I really enjoy Tokyo Ever After, and so I'm looking forward to reading the sequel. And so yeah, right behind me is the Lazy River attraction that's here on the property. And also right behind me, I found something. So on the property, there is some hidden menehune, and there are about 300 of them, I think. I've seen a couple, but I haven't actually documented it on my diary entry. But since we're here, let me show you the hidden menehune that's right behind me. Okay, last prompt. So we came inside because it is awfully hot outside. Right behind me, there is a model of the Hokulea. And so this is actually inside the hotel lobby. And so my last roll took me to mystery. And so for this one, I'm actually going to pick up a book I just bought here. So we were at Sam's Club yesterday, and I picked up this book. Hold on a second. This book right here. So it's Anthrax Island by D.L. Marshall. It says, anthrax, those 7 letters instilled more terror than anything I'd come across in 20 years in the job. Fact. In 1942, the UK government approved biological weapons tests on British soil. Their aim, to perfect an anthrax weapon. They succeeded. Fact. The testing ground, Gruinard Island, was left lethally contaminated. It became known as Anthrax Island. Now government scientists have returned to the island after they become stranded by an equipment failure. John Tyler is flown in to fix the problem. But when one of the scientists is found inexplicably murdered inside a sealed room, Tyler realizes he's trapped with a killer. A high-stakes thriller meets locked room mystery, perfect for fans of Terry Hayes and James Swallow. Not familiar with those other 2 authors, but I think this is going to be a good read for that. So that is the last prompt for Bookoplathon. And then if I do have any more room to read any other things during the month, I would probably just do rolls at random for Bookoplathon. But that is all of my reading plans for the month of September. Like I said, it should be a pretty eventful one. I am here in Hawaii for another couple days, so this video is probably going to be going up a little later than normal, but I hope you still enjoyed walking around the hotel property with me and seeing a few of the sights here. It's really been nice to be home, I have to say. For those of you who may not have seen any of my videos before, I was born and raised here on the island of Oahu, so it is nice to come back home and visit every once in a while. So it does make me miss it a bit, but yeah. Let me know down in the comments below if you will be participating in any readathons, or if you will be participating in the same readathons I will be participating in the month of September. If nothing else, you would just like to let me know that you were here. If you could leave me any kind of tropical fruit or tropical fish or something Hawaiian themed, that would be greatly appreciated and would really help me out, and that will do it for me today. So I hope you're all doing great. I hope you're all safe and healthy, and until next time, take care and smile always. Bye.